I said, look, you have to have courage and you have to be willing to do the things that other people probably won't do.
Amen.
And along the way, you have to be willing to learn. And if you never stop learning and you never stop being that willing participant, for example, I would sit in a meeting and, your supervisor says 20 guys in the meeting said, all right, we've got a problem to solve, on this job, we did this, and we're talking about things. And they would say, all right, we need a volunteer for, before they'd finish their sentence, my hand would go up and they'd say, clean the toilets. Oh, guess I'm cleaning the toilets today. And the next one is that we got a volunteer to go do a job in West Virginia for the Department of Energy. That's the first Devonian shale horizontal well, right? So I put my hand up for everything. And guess what? They're like, he'll do it, that idiot. And all of my coworkers going, I'm not driving to West Virginia. I can work right here, But I was that guy, and nothing against my coworkers. I love them all. They taught me a lot, but I was just that crazy guy I drove to North Dakota from Lafayette, Louisiana. I drove to West Virginia and lived there for 2 months. I have pictures of mud. I have pictures of us on a rig in 1986 or 87, mud this deep, right? I mean, they had to take bulldozers to get people up and down the mountain to the rig, and it was air drilling with surfactant and foam everywhere. Yeah. We were trying to get, it's crazy stuff. So, and it took us forever to get to 90 degrees. And once we got to 90 degrees, actually drilling the horizontal we got 1,000-foot drill, 1,000-foot lateral, I think. It was in 1986. So, I mean, I've had all these experiences because I was willing to had the courage to take the risk. I'll give myself credit for that. Or maybe foolish enough not to know the difference, but
either way it works.
Either way, I'll take it. But I was willing to take the risk, learn new things, and take on challenges that were uncomfortable and out of my comfort zone. And kind of like
that's the secret to success.
You got to love that feeling, and it's not always something you got to like it. You may not love it, but you
love it later. You like it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the interesting part about it is it's scary to try something new.